Hey baby, I've been quiet for a while now, letting things slide, trying to convince myself that it wasn't a big deal, that maybe I was overthinking it. But last night, the second I saw what you posted, something inside me shifted. I felt this sharp ache rise from deep in my chest. Not anger, not jealousy. It was something deeper. It was a mix of pride and pain, of love and fear all wrapped into one. You looked beautiful, too beautiful, so stunning that I swear my breath caught and my hands trembled a little. But baby, that post, that image, that version of you, so fierce, so magnetic, so exposed, it felt like a private moment of ours had been handed over to the world. And I haven't been able to stay still since. I need to say this with all the love in my heart. I wasn't calm because I saw something wrong in you. I was shaken because I saw something so sacred, so breathtaking, being offered to people who don't know you the way I do, people who scroll past your soul without reverence. Baby, I've always loved your confidence. The way you walk into a room like you own the air around you. But when you posted that picture, that caption, I realized how protective I truly am. It's not about control. It's about what I feel when I see the world getting a glimpse of what I thought was only meant for my eyes. My heart whispered, "That's mine." And suddenly, I wasn't okay being quiet anymore. You're more than a beautiful face, more than a body that turns heads. You're my peace, my person, the one I'd write poems about if I knew how to make words kneel the way you make me feel. That image, it shook me, not because I doubted you, but because I couldn't bear the thought of strangers seeing a version of you that I feel honored to hold. I know you didn't mean it that way. I know it was just a moment of expression, a piece of your fire. And baby, I love that fire. I just want to be the only one who gets to sit beside it when it's burning bright. I want to be the place you glow, not the crowd you have to impress. And maybe that makes me vulnerable. Maybe that makes me a little selfish. But loving you has made me more human than I've ever been. You have no idea what it does to me when you post something like that. Not just the way you look, but the way you carry this quiet power, this divine energy that pulls people in. I'm not just another man scrolling. I'm the man who loves you beyond the surface, the one who knows how soft your voice gets when you're tired. The one who's memorized the way you pull your sleeves down when you're shy. The one who sees you, not just the fire, but the warmth behind it. That's what makes this hard, because I love all of you. And I want the world to respect what it's never earned the right to witness. Baby, I need you to understand something that I don't always know how to say out loud. Loving you feels like guarding a rare, sacred treasure that the world keeps trying to reach. I know we live in a time where showing confidence, showing skin, sharing our lives online is considered normal. I know you're allowed to express yourself, and I never want to dim your light. But that doesn't stop me from feeling what I feel. When I saw you post that last night, looking like a goddess, glowing like you carried the sun on your skin, it stirred something deep in me, not because you did anything wrong, but because I know what it feels like to worship you in silence while strangers only see a fraction and still want more. And I can't lie. It makes my chest tighten, because to me, you're not just hot. You're holy. You're sacred. You're mine. It's not about insecurity. I don't look at you and worry you'll leave. I look at you and worry that the beauty I hold so closely in my heart is being shared with people who will never treat it the way I do. You're not an image. You're a heartbeat. You're the calm in my chaos, the one who softens the sharpest corners of my soul. You're the reason I'm becoming a better man, and when I see the world devouring pieces of your light without knowing how fragile and precious it truly is, it shakes me. It makes me want to wrap my arms around you and shield you from every eye that looks at you with desire but doesn't know the depth of your spirit. I want you to feel adored, not just admired. And I want you to be free, not exposed. This isn't coming from a place of ownership, baby. You are not mine in a way that cages you. You're mine in the way that I wake up thinking about your smile, in the way my soul calls your name when I'm silent. You're mine in the way I protect what I love, fiercely, quietly, endlessly, and I want to be yours in the same way. I want to know that the pieces of you I cherish in private aren't the same ones the world gets to claim, because I crave something deeper with you, not just a connection, but a covenant. I want to know that we share something no one else can even guess at. That when you dress up, when you shine, when you post, there's still a piece of you that's just for me, just for us. Nemically, I'm old-fashioned. Maybe I believe in a kind of love that isn't about showing off, but showing up. Not just liking each other's photos, but learning each other's hearts. And I've been doing that with you since day one, quietly, steadily, with everything in me. I notice the way you laugh with your eyes closed, the way you rest your head when you're deep in thought, the way your voice softens when you talk about your dreams. And I don't want to share those parts of you with the world. I want to honor them in private, to hold space for your softness, not just your strength. So if I sound intense, it's because my love for you is intense. You've changed me in ways you may never fully understand. And while the world may see you as a post, a picture, a fantasy, I see you as my peace, my home, my prayer that got answered when I thought I'd never believe again. You are not for display. You are for devotion, and I want to be the man who reminds you of that, not just with words, but with the way I hold you, the way I see you, the way I protect what we're building, even when it's hard to speak up. And baby, that man, he's going to love you in ways no poem could ever capture, because he's not just watching you from a distance. He's walking beside you with every silent prayer, every protective instinct, every unspoken vow that says, I will choose you even when I don't know how to explain everything I feel. You're not just a woman I love. You're the woman I want to build something unbreakable with. And when I say you're mine, I don't mean in a way that traps you. I mean, you're the piece of peace that finally made my world feel like home. You're the person I want to come home to, not just physically, but emotionally. You're the one I want to laugh with when we're 80, the one I want to protect from the noise of the world, not because you're fragile, but because you're sacred. There are a million eyes out there, baby. Some of them will look at you with desire, others with envy, and some with judgment. But there's only one pair of eyes that sees you for who you truly are, the woman who made me believe in love again. And I don't ever want to feel like I'm sharing pieces of your light with people who can't handle its warmth. I want to hold you in ways that make you feel safe in your boldness. I want to be the man who reminds you that your beauty is power, but your soul is where your magic lives. And that soul, That's what I fell in love with. That's what I vowed to protect every day of my life. I don't care what the world thinks. I care about what we build. I care about making you feel secure, not silenced, seen, not stared at, adored, not consumed. I want to be the reason you can be soft in a world that asks you to be hard. I want to be the calm in your chaos, the arms you run to when the world gets too loud. And baby, I want you to know, I see everything. Your strength, your fire, your softness, your boundaries. And I love you for all of it. But most of all, I love you enough to say the hard things, to have the honest conversations, to protect our love like it's the most sacred thing I've ever held, because it is. So don't take my silence for indifference. It's never that. If I hold things in sometimes, it's because I care too much, not too little. But I'm learning to speak, not from fear, but from love. And that's what this is. Me showing up for us. Me telling you the truth, because I believe we're worth the truth. I believe we're worth fighting for, worth protecting, worth getting uncomfortable for. I'm not letting this go. Not now. Not ever. You are mine in all the ways that matter, and I'm yours completely. No one else gets to touch you like I do. No one else gets to hold your heart like I do. And no one else will ever know the version of you that I do. The raw, real, breathtaking woman behind the fire. I see her, I honor her, and I will love her for the rest of my life. Fiercely, softly, always.